Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to take a step back from any serious topics and I want to get into the Meghan dancing, which I'm sure by now you've already seen, but I figured that I have the experience of not just one pregnancy, but two pregnancies. And when I saw this, there was so many things that just screamed out to me that I can't not talk about it right now. So here we go. Let's dive right in. So right off the bat, you see Harry scuttle off. He does like a twist to leave the frame. He obviously just hit record or start or whatever. I just found it very interesting because it just seems so scripted. It just immediately right off the bat, it just seems so scripted and it seems so forced. And maybe that's just my opinion. It is my opinion, but that's just what I saw. The music starts and Meghan immediately looks at herself. You can see that she's looking at herself. The phone is obviously up on some kind of surface and she's looking right at herself. And it really, to me, just seems that she's more concerned about her image and how she's looking as opposed to the baby that is about to come out of her. If it is a baby that's about to come out of her, if there's a baby there. I also noticed that throughout this whole dance number, they're not really dancing with each other. They're dancing in their own little individual bubbles. Harry's kind of there and then he's gone and then he's kind of there again. He's in and out of the frame and maybe he's checking in on her while he's out of the frame, like making sure she's okay. But beyond that, it really just doesn't seem like there's any chemistry between them where they're not dancing together. They're not enjoying the moment together. They're kind of just there together more than anything. And it just feels very forced, very fake. When you are about to go in labor, you're very connected with your partner. Your partner is there. Like you have a connection with them and they are there for you. At least they should be. This is my own personal experience from giving birth to two children. Anytime that I made a sound, my husband was there. And that's how it should be. I've seen a lot of videos just like this that have the husbands right beside their wives, just right there at arm's distance, just to make sure that they're okay. And there's a lot of videos like this, which was very interesting. I didn't know this was a thing, but yeah, it was a thing, I guess. I also noticed that her belly doesn't necessarily look flat. Like it doesn't look like a pregnant belly. It looks like something is stuffed in there or something. It just doesn't look like a normal belly would. And then, I mean, I've seen arguments saying that it could be cables or something, but there's no attachments. She's not connected to anything. She's also not wearing a gown, so that's also interesting. The belly doesn't seem to be connected to her actual stomach. Like it's such a weird thing that's happening here where it just doesn't seem like it's connected. It doesn't seem like it's one. When she's going like this, your belly doesn't move. It doesn't go up and down. It stays there. It doesn't move. It's tight. There's no extra movement there. And I see a lot of just weird movement in her belly, which is so strange. It's such a strange thing to be seeing. There's a little bit of eye contact between Harry and Meghan, but it seems like it's more of just like a brief moment. And it's gone. And then it looks like he's looking away. It doesn't even look like he's concerned about her well-being. And then once again, she's putting her hand under her belly. And it makes me feel like she's just trying to show off the belly. But it just looks bizarre. It looks weird. There's no moment where she's having any contractions. So once again, Harry does not seem concerned about her because of that. So again, maybe it's because this was a pre-planned hospital visit. It could have been a cesarean that she had. I don't know. I have no idea. But all I know is that they're about to welcome a new beautiful child into the world, and they are not looking like they are excited about it. They're not nervous about it, because that's nerve-wracking, okay? Like, welcoming a new baby is terrifying, but there's no terror. Now, again, I've seen a whole lot of videos that are just like this, with women dancing right before they gave birth, and at least they seem excited about it. There's a point of the videos that they're posting of excitement and nervousness. And there's moments of them having to sit down because they're winded, which is common. Another thing that I thought was very strange is her going that low without getting winded or without falling down. When you have a huge belly, your whole center of gravity is completely thrown off. So you get completely unbalanced. There's so many videos that I looked at, and I'll play them here, of women falling over because they went down too low. Here's a picture of me a week before I gave birth to my daughter, and I couldn't get up on my own. I needed help to get up. When you are pregnant, your belly is huge. It takes over everything, and it makes it so difficult to get up and get down easily. When I see Meghan going all the way down like that with no problem, and twerking like that with no problem, with a big smile on her face, she's not getting winded. She's getting up easily. It just makes me feel like this is not real. It makes me feel like there's just so much wrong with this that I just I can't help myself. I can't help but laugh at it, because I feel like it's so outlandish for them to post this. It makes me wonder what the conversation was like before they started recording, before they hit record. Were they like, okay, I'm going to dance here. Harry, you can only be in the shot once in a while, but leave me alone. I just don't know. It just makes me question why bother putting this out, especially 4 years later. I know that this was a trend 4 years ago. When you look back at the birth of your child, you don't really necessarily think of the labor aspect. You don't think of before it happened. You think of the first time you held your daughter or your son. That's the thing that stands out the most, is that you think about the people that you brought into the world and the beautiful moment that is, rather than dancing beforehand. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you got something out of this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.